$9,000.
All right, brace yourself because we're about to turn things upside down with this next story. The Idaho National Guard is leading the way with some of its training technology used out at Gowan Field.
As you may know, improvised explosive device attacks have increased overseas, and our soldiers could be sitting in a death trap if explosives near their Humvee. But there is a way to combat that. Our Andrea Lutz joins us with a story you'll see only on 7.
Soldiers do a lot of training before they are deployed overseas. That's something we know. But this type of training actually puts soldiers in harm's way so that they can better understand how to save their lives.
Give me a Redcon 1 when you're ready.
We're Redcon 1.
It's a scary position to be in, many times life-threatening.
Rollover!
Gravity has taken over and Staff Sergeant Robert Karen suspends upside down. He's just gone through a rollover accident, and now he has to safely find a way out.
No, one of the things that we practice in the Army especially is train how you fight.
This is how soldiers with the 1st 204th Army Training Battalion train to fight.
These up-armored vehicles have a pretty high tendency of rolling over, sharp turns, or if you do encounter a blast, a lot of times the vehicle will just tip over due to the nature of that blast signature.
The Department of Defense says in 2006, 116 soldiers were killed in Iraq in Humvee rollover accidents.
Rollover!
Since then, with the help of these simulators, fatalities have declined.
It's not a pretty scenario. It's definitely something you want to avoid at all costs.
As the machine rolls, the soldiers must execute a plan. They're simulating to prepare for reality.
As soon as you unsecure your harness, as you found out, the tendency is just to fall onto the floor. You can do some pretty severe damage to your head and your neck in that situation. So it's definitely something you need to train for.
So soldiers are required to do this every year, but the training doesn't stop here. Because just feet away in several mobile buildings, another state-of-the-art military setup.
Got another one.
We've put them in Jalalabad, which is, a large city in Afghanistan. We've populated the database with a lot of bad guys.
Move up that vehicle right there and let's do an assessment.
This Humvee driving simulation, from the buildings to the streets, even the mountain landscape, is mapped through Google.
Let me just show you.
Army Captain Barrett Bishop monitors the soldiers on closed-circuit television and controls the scenario.
See what the crews are doing in real time.
He watches the soldiers in 4 mock Humvees with 6 360-degree screens. They drive,
Ramming.
shoot, even talk to each other in other Humvees seen on their screens.
This is White 1.
This $15 million simulator, known as the Reconfigurable Vehicle Tactical Trainer, has been at Gowan Field for just a year. But it's really just beginning.
Idaho leads the way. In my opinion, Idaho leads the way on trying to provide better assets, better training for our soldiers.
And in the coming months, those with the Idaho Army National Guard say more simulators like these are set to arrive here, providing a modified way to train for combat.
And we'll continue to have that stuff. As we move forward here in Idaho, we'll grow. We're going to continue to grow.
Weapon. Go.
Kill zone. Get us out of the kill zone.
The future is very bright for Idaho.
No matter the scenario, each soldier now who is unfortunate enough to actually get involved in a Humvee rollover accident, maybe even overseas, will at least now have that second nature reaction. Back to you.
Idaho leads the way.
I really heard that in that report there.
Yeah, incredible.
Sure is.
Preparedness. Those guys are always ready.
Well, Idahoans are showing their support out of state for a Nevada rancher taking on the federal government. Coming up on the news at 10.